What's up, y'all? Just thought I would share you a couple of tips real quick about how I choose squarebill crankbaits. I've been tearing them up on squarebills today, so I got the idea to shoot a little short for you. First of all is choosing what color you're going to use. You really only need 5 when you're talking about crankbaits. You need a shad pattern, some type of bluegill or sunfish pattern. You need some crayfish patterns. You can go with any, your oranges, your browns, your greens, your reds, and then you have chartreuse pattern baits. You can also throw translucent ones. Translucent ones tend to do best in really, really clear water. That's when I use those. But for my shad-based colors, they can be natural patterns or they can be, I like mine with a white base. Those do good on cloudy days. Anyways, the main thing I wanted to talk about was choosing your crankbaits based on what they're made out of. Wooden baits and plastic baits fish differently, and you want to choose one or the other depending on whatever conditions you're faced with. So starting with the wooden baits, I like the wooden baits when I'm using them in situations when I'm fishing for pressured fish. Even though they're squarebill crankbaits, they tend to have a little bit tighter movement than your plastic ones do. They also do a good job at getting out of wooden cover. When I'm fishing around a lot of snaggy stuff, these the rate of buoyancy is so high on these where you can get right up to a snag and just stop it, it'll float right up and out of there. And you kind of worm your bait in and around the wood cover without getting stuck. And it's a good way to draw reaction strikes. So they work well on pressured fish. They work well on places where it gets a little bit colder during the year, and at times when fish are a little bit more sluggish. Now they'll still react to a good wooden crankbait when they don't react as well to your plastic ones. They also do pretty good on those bright, hot, sunny days when there's not a lot of wind. Now my plastic baits come in when I want some sound a lot of times. For example, here's a clack and crank, and here's a storm arashi. The plastic walls of these baits translate sound better out into the water. They kind of amplify the sound, whereas you have a wooden bait that has rattles in it. The wood will kind of dampen it and kind of make it not as loud. So on a windy day, or when I'm fishing for really aggressive fish, or when I'm fishing around hard cover, rocks, riprap banks, and things like that, I'll pick up a plastic bait. They do a good job at bouncing and deflecting off of that stuff and not getting torn up as much because that hard plastic takes the abuse a little bit better. These wooden baits are a little softer and tear up more easily.